Wow, this investing journey is shaping up to be a doozy. Currently, the futures markets are down over 4% overnight. That is an incredible gap down. This now marks the S&P 500 down about 22% from its recent peak in February, well deep into correction territory and now considered a bear market. Pretty crazy to note too. Trump's tariffs the day of liberation showed a minus 4.8% drop in the stock market in the S&P 500. This is very similar to the dot-com crash, the 9/11 attacks. Not quite to where the global financial crisis was, though, but we are on our way, it looks like. And it looks like it could get a lot worse as Trump is now doubling down on his tariffs and will not rest until the trade deficit is adjusted with China. If this selling continues, boomers are going to have to sell their houses just to stay retired. So with all the bad news, though, what exactly is going on in the stock market right now? Right now, you have big investors that have decided to pull their money out of tech stocks and put them into treasuries, or what we call bonds. They are doing this because bonds are much more stable. They give like a really low interest rate, but they're much more stable and they're not as volatile as putting your money into like tech stocks like Apple, Nvidia, Google. They're doing this mostly because of Trump's economic policies that he is now putting into effect. And there's a lot of uncertainty on how these are actually going to affect global trade. But we know that it's going to have a major impact on global trade. So investors are absolutely preparing for the worst. What happens when money goes into treasuries? When money flows heavily into treasuries, yields come down, which in turn is going to lower interest rates. When the Fed sees that yields have come down, they will have no choice but to cut rates. This cut in rates is going to allow consumers and businesses to borrow more money, and it's going to increase demand. Ultimately, I think that this is the biggest wealth transfer from the rich to the poor that this generation has ever seen. I am going to continue to dollar cost average into my 3-part portfolio an amount of money that I am okay with not seeing and not having right now. The market has never had a time where it has crashed and never fully recovered and surged to all-time highs. This is going to be okay in the long run.